oh, well, if I did this side, I have to do the other side. And so is there a lot of harm in allowing them to do as much as they
Yeah.
can do up the side?
Yeah. Okay, good. So I'm going to answer that. I got your feedback is really bad. There you go. Okay. I'm going to answer that in two ways. One is don't let them do the bad side. Okay, for the most part in the beginning. However, don't listen to me. Be able to experiment and show them. Here's the deal. Let's just say I'm going to use hey, this bugs me. Ow, can't do it. Right? So I go over here, boom, 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 and this gets better. But they go, but I got to come over here and do something over here, don't I? Right? So I go, look, do 10 reps, 2 sets of 10, recheck to see if it's even yummier now or if it's worse. As the body's healing, it's usually going to not be as good. You're going to make it, throw it back out. One of the new videos I'm putting in some of the training, it's not any yet, is patients will say, I'm better just because my body's warming up. I go, okay, if that's true, and we've been doing your good side, it should mean that when we go do your bad side, you should feel even better, and you shouldn't get worse. And what happens is when I go over and I make them do the bad, they then retect in their full body, like all their exercise, and they go, yeah, I'm a little more funky. So, but listen to what I said. I said, initially, don't let them if you want an answer from me. But my answers typically come as, here's the way you experiment it to prove it and show it to them and to you so there's no argument about it. And there's sometimes they'll do the bad side and it'll still be better, okay? But when do you get to use the bad side? When it no longer causes the bad side to be bad. So let me share a story with somebody who was a personal trainer that took my course. He had this, he operated very much like a rehab professional, not just a personal trainer. And he would say, look, when you come see me, if I don't make a 50% change in you on the first visit, it's free. So he goes, I have to have things that I know work. So before I even implement them into my treatment protocol or my routine with my patients, I test everything for a period of time. So he goes, Tom, I'm going to take back the TMR and I'm going to do it with weight training. And he goes, here's what the experiment I'm going to set up. I loved him because it was an experiment. He goes, I'm going to do 6 weeks of doing 12 exercises to the bad side. 6 weeks of doing 12 exercises to the good side. I'm going to keep my score and see if, so think about it like this. He takes a dumbbell. He goes, I can do 70 pounds over here. Oh, I can only do 40 pounds over here. That's his bad side. But what he's going to do for 6 weeks is he's going to do the bad side and see if he can make that 40 pounds be able to lift more than 40 pounds. And so that's what he did. And he did it on 12 different exercises. Awesome. At the end of those 6 weeks, he did 6 weeks of being the good side to see whether doing the good side would increase the weight amount that he could lift on the bad side. And then he gave me the spreadsheet. And I go, his name is Mark. I go, Mark, this pretty much shit says, if you do the bad, it makes the bad better. You do the good, it makes the bad better. So who cares? And he goes, Tom, here's the big deal. Ask me how my body felt. He goes, Tom, not even just with my body. He goes, ask me. I said, okay, how was your body on the doing the bad side? He goes, this is where the big problem was, Tom. I hated it, number one. He goes, I walked out with my body bugging me a lot more. I might have gotten that exercise stronger, but the rest of my body felt like shit. I didn't sleep as well. And he goes, I was very agitated and ornery. I said, really? So he goes, what was going on, Tom? He goes, we take and improve what appears to be, we want them to lift more, but nobody's paying attention to what's happening with the rest of the body and themselves. So that's why TMR comes up, and we test the whole body initially, no matter what. We want to know what's going on in the whole body. Then we go do the area of injury, maybe, or we do another area, but we're paying attention to what's happening to the area of injury. And he goes, Tom, it was hell. I hated those 6 weeks. I didn't think that was going to be the case because I didn't even know that it was necessarily happening. He goes, but I'd record that. Because I did the 6 weeks of good. He goes, holy crap, different. I slept better. I was happier. I was more flexible. I was strong. And he goes, none of that other stuff was happening. And so I began experimenting with my classes when I was doing it live. And I'd split them up 10 people and 10 people, or 20 and 20, depending upon the size. And I'd say, okay, guys, we're going to test the whole body. We're going to get like 6 exercises. We're going to retest. But you guys are going to stretch a hamstring, because it was yucky, on the yucky side. And you guys are going to stretch the hamstring on the yummy side. And we're going to go back and we're going to check the hamstring to see if it's better. But we're going to check the whole body afterwards too. So on the people who did the bad side, there were people that stretched out their hamstring and their hamstring felt better. They could get their nose closer to their knee. And when we retested the body, some of them, there was no change. I mean, it wasn't worse. Okay, it was about the same. Other people were worse. Some people were better as a group, okay? When we went over to the good side of the body people, none of them were worse. Or when we did it, I did this multiple times over and over again. It was so much dramatically different by the number of people who didn't get worse on the yummy stuff than the people who did. Not to say we never had it, okay? I don't want to get that fed into you. But, I mean, it was like 3, 4, 5 to 1. So there's the answer to the question. The long answer to the question, Janet, is that if you only pay attention to the area, they may be able to do it. But they may be making other stuff worse and not even knowing it. So the deal is, if they can go back to the bad side after doing the bad side and the bad side's still better, okay then. So what I tell people when they're lifting weights and they're doing dumbbells and they want to be able to do a barbell, I say, do dumbbells. See what it is. Oh, this is like 40 pounds. Okay, good. This is 70. All right, so get up there and do a bunch of these. It doesn't have to be 70, but do it until this is up there around-ish 70. Maybe that happens on that session, and you go, oh, it happened right now. Oh, good. I'm going to do the barbell. Good. Then do the barbell. Come back afterwards and see if that 70 still set everybody made worse. Okay, if it is, reset yourself. Or don't do the bad side until you walk into the gym and you go, ooh, 70 pounds. Ooh, 68.5 pounds. Good. That's close enough, right? That's close. That's 65. Somewhere close-ish.